Well, we know how this goes because I just coached this game. I coached from the Bahama Llamas side. So let's take a look at Clay Noir's side. We'll do it from this perspective. That Chinese extra line of sight is so good. You just see where the gold and the berries are at the start. It's pretty nice. You can kind of get thinking about how you want to plan your map right away. You saw your deer, though. You should probably just push the deer. Nice, yeah. I feel like you only pushed one deer, right? Because you were scouting really fast. You want to be pushing, like, actually all of them as Chinese. It's super good. No, 2? Yeah, okay. 2 is fine, but I mean, I guess you have the elephants, but more food for Chinese is just so good. Because then you can really just invest into all of the ecotechs and feel good about it. Or you can just get even more military out. It's just, it can snowball. But only 16-second idle TC, beautiful. Yeah, you're obviously really well practiced with this. Houses here, I guess you're going to go for the berries next. So you're going to go for full base walls. Makes sense. Couldn't find a scout. Elephants to try to lure to and snipe enemy scout with Chinese faster up. Yeah, is it? Are you faster up? I would have built the mill on this side. If you're going to place it in a good spot, like right here, it's going to be making your farms closer to the TC a little bit easier to protect. If he gets in, you don't want your vills on this side away from the TC. Yeah, he just chases you away, though. Like, you did know where the opponent was, though, so you are going to scout. I don't know exactly your scouting pattern, but hopefully you go around the TC. Okay, so far so good, though. Hey, movable. Yeah, good scouting. Good scouting so far. Another wood line here. I would have taken this wood line 100%. Look at your base. Gold, berries. Like, this wood line and this wood line, you have to secure anyways, because that's where your res is. So these two wood lines are kind of further away from these res. So making this, you have to get full walls. That's going to slow down any kind of aggression you want to do. So this wood line's not very good. I would rather, like, not secure this. Just secure this wood line with a TC later, like here. I would rather see walls like here, and then to here, and then edge, and then here. So you can wall it like kind of like this. But if it's like here, now you have to suddenly wall all the way out here. And then you're thinking, oh, well, the edge of the map's kind of like here. Maybe we go here. It's just like too big. Or you'd go like this. It's just a little too big. Phil's just kind of all over the place. But Llama kind of didn't have his units grouped up properly and didn't get the spears with the archers. He could have attacked earlier, but had some problems selecting units and getting them to go forward with the scout aggression. So, yeah, but 20 up is Chinese. Dang. Yeah. So fast up time. I like your scouting, though. It's good. You'll see the gold as well. And you see exactly what the opponent's doing, because you can see up. Never waste the HP like this, though. This is so bad. Losing the HP on this scout is horrible. You're going scouts. So, basically, instead of grouping up with the second scout, we just throw all the HP on the starting scout, and now your first two scouts can't do anything. Now you have to wait for the third scout, which delays you. So, yeah. On up. We got the stable going right away. Double bit axe. Very good. Even if you snipe the Vil, it's not even worth... Yeah, exactly. Getting to, like, 4 scouts together, you're going to be doing more damage if you have them all at full HP a lot of the time. Sniping the Vil can be good, but only if that Vil is super exposed. Like, you can take a fight on the hill so you don't lose too much damage, and maybe that Vil is building a necessary house or something. You can make them get housed. But yeah, we don't want to throw HP like that, because that's going to make this attack a lot worse. Okay, so far so good, though. We got stuff coming down. I kind of like Horse Collar with this Civ, though. Even if you're going to play, like, really fast uptime, you could have afforded Horse Collar. It would make your Castle Age so much stronger, especially if you're going to go into Knights. I think if you play Crossbowman, it's okay, but yeah, you somehow... Like, look, he literally has a spear, but he just kind of didn't micro it properly, or like just didn't have it in the right position. This, you should have probably never been able to get in here. But anyways, you were able to do some damage. So a little bit slow on the reaction, a little bit, but you were able to kill that, and yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Skirm's coming in. You are getting your walls up now. But, I mean, Llama should have been here with his archers, but he just was too slow. He kept like, he had them almost there, I think. He should have been forward with these first two. Basically, spears to defend. He should have been, like, walking towards the base. One spear with the two archers. He should be going at, like, 12. It's going to take, like, a minute and a half to get there. He should be there at, like, 12:30, roughly. He should be there, like, kind of now, or 13:30. He should be there now, but he kind of got sidetracked and didn't get the units forward right away, so... I mean, he should be just wrecking the back of your base, so you need it. Your walls are actually late. I guess you have skirms to defend, but still. They're not really in position. But anyways, not the biggest deal. But it is hard to damage him like this, right? Like, with these perfect walls. So tight. So yeah, you see lots. Skirms, what you can do is you can camp the wood line. You can either get them to shoot a single farm. So if a unit is shooting a farm, a villager can't work on the farm, by the way. Yeah, you're randomly sending your units back here. But, like, he has nothing. You can just harass the wood line here. Like, this was open. Harass this, harass this. You have ranged units, like... At least the scouts should never be running home, because you can always get the scouts out. It's the fastest unit. So, yeah, he got out with these. Obviously, he wanted to pick these off, but I think just putting pressure on the opponent is way better. Well, if he's at the base, you should just be walled. That's why you get your walls up. Oh my god, we built a mill? Oh! Alright, interesting wall. I didn't even realize that. We never even went up there with the crossbowmen, so yeah. Yeah, really solid idle TC. This should have been up, though, so we should have been getting wrecked. Good job sending the scouts up here. You kind of got lucky with the scouting, but yeah, scouting these coming forward was huge. Wait, what? You didn't even realize it? You didn't even realize this mill? Oh my god, like, oof. Okay, you know this is coming. I don't think you... Yeah, this needed to be walled. Like, this needed a house here. Because if Bahama Llama was paying any attention, he would kill this and get in, maybe. That's the only weak point on that side, but... I mean, he had defenses, though. He had the monastery and the crossbow, and that's all he really needed. But yeah, he didn't quite have the scouting properly or whatever. And then the mangonel's out, so good job. Okay, so far so good. Both players kind of just playing pretty solid. Space was annoying. Well, I mean, hopefully this makes you appreciate the tiny base. Because the thing is like, he's playing crossbowmen, so his army can cover like his entire base. His army can be here, and then you go up here, and then his army can be here so quickly. Especially with those the Britain range, so tiny base is great for crossbowmen. Especially when you're trying to defend. And then once he pushes you back, then he goes for TCs. And, yeah, it can be good. So, you had enough to kill this army, by the way, but you kind of let it go. Have a Britain-specific question. Okay, go ahead. Never able to defend against them. Like the crossbowman? You had enough to fight this here, by the way. Mango gets that range. The range is faster. You got to go all at the same time. You need all your units to go in together. You can get your knights to get behind the crossbowman and the mangonel to shoot them from one side. They always want to run from the mangonel, but if the knights are chasing, then the knights can get some damage done. Tiny base, the double-edged sword. You can protect your eco, but limit expansion with eco. Yeah. You basically have to play one TC like this until you have map control, and then you add TCs. That's how you do it. Gonna ask if I should add in skirms. I mean, you could play skirms. Chinese has cheaper skirm tech, but you should upgrade your skirms from feudal age if you're gonna go for that approach. So you had skirms from feudal age. I think they died for free. You had like 5 skirms or something. You can upgrade those and get them. Run back because well, it's coming in 30 seconds. You know you know he's going up here. So you always want to have, like, vision on this side. You have scouts as well. So tracking the army, it's really hard to do. I think Skirm should be your main army in early Castle Age. Yeah. Britons can add some knights with +1 armor even against just a few skirms. So then you feel like you have to overcommit. I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's not so simple. So yeah, this army's getting away because you're not tracking it properly. If you had killed this army, then you snowball, because then his army's so garbage. Also, like, you deleted a house here, but not a house here. You should delete this house to go out faster. And now, look, like, why do we go this way? Obviously, he's going to go out another way. He's not going to just come down this way. So you want to go to where he's going to be trying to run away from. Like, at least this army this side, and then this army this side. Then you find him, and then you go all at once to attack. But we let him group up with these. This is what I was telling him to do, though, was to group these up, because then this army's kind of unstoppable. So him grouping up his main army with the reinforcements. Oh, 12 plus 12 equals 24. Beautiful. And, yeah. And see, look. He knows that your guys are back here looking for these. So it's time to add TCs, because he basically has map control right now. Your Mangonel's way at home, so he knows that there's no danger of that yet. And, yeah, so he's just going to boom. So you go for husbandry. I like it. Okay. But you could have taken this, probably. Honestly, like, remember, you've probably seen the crossbone versus knights, right? In the, when we do the micro tests. I think you were watching. It's always 25 crossbowmen versus 12 knights. Of course, it's like 2-2 upgrades, but this is you know, no attack upgrades versus no defense. It's exactly the same. And we have 14 knights. So that normally it's 12 versus 25, and it's kind of even. Maybe knights are favored on current patch. You should crush this. Yeah, he has a monk, but, like, I mean, whatever. You can potentially pick that off. If you don't pick it off, it's still, like, maybe okay. But you can win this fight. But you back off, and now he's going to snowball a little bit more. We need to get the units together, but anyways. You wait for the Mangonel, but I don't know if it's even worth. Okay, let's see. Yeah, losing a knight for free. If you had committed there, I think you win this fight. But you have to get the surround. So basically the knights have to try and go behind. You have to get a few units behind. Basically half the units behind, half the units attacking from the front. And you should win that, actually. Especially with the Mangonel coming. It's going to be a close fight, but thinning out the mass is really useful. But we lost a knight for free, which is quite bad. But anyways, you pretty much can't engage now that we've lost the one knight, so it's a little bit late. And he's just gonna fall back. So I think you start to take bad fights from here. Like, look at the res collected. You actually have so much more res collected. Don't think surround micro is a thing. Yeah. It's difficult. I'm just saying. It's difficult. But actually, even just patrolling in to that number of crossbowmen, sometimes you can make it work. Although the hill changes things. But yeah, okay, so you know his army is at home. Yet you go and try and raid. Even though his army's here to defend, like, going to raid here is bad. I was telling him that it's fine that you got in, but then he misunderstood and he, like, started to send his crossbowmen forward. But yeah, he could have easily defended this if he had just gone straight there. And yeah, like, actually here, how many do we lose? Okay, so here. So KD is 10-1 right now. So you're actually down 10 vills, dang. Right? That's or no, that's the KD, not the eco KD. It's the only thing. Wait, what? Yeah, the only thing, you only killed one unit this entire game. Whoa, that's crazy. So yeah, eco KD is 0-0. We have 16 guys. And it's 10-1 here. So let's see. This raid was definitely not worth it, in my opinion. Let's see what happens. So we lost 2 units to conversions. We lost 2 units to death. So that's -4 knights. He could have saved these knights too. You killed three villagers for basically 4 knights and giving the opponent 2 knights. So, yeah, going in was never really the greatest. When his army's at home. Like, when his army's here, great time to go in. He has nothing to defend, you dominate. If his army's, like, you know it's here because you saw it retreat, you don't go in. Not like that. You can go in the front if you have siege or something like that. But we don't try and raid like that. Maybe a couple of guys, like, you get in, you go to here, you kill the Wallingvilles, you send a couple guys to the back, and then you go out. But we really don't want to commit when he's got that. If he was, like, high level, he would have just blocked you in here with a Vil. Walling this while you were up here. And then you're trapped, and you kind of just lose. That's why at higher elo against Britons, people just usually go for elite skirms. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. But Britons likes to just add some knights. They're actually, like, you go elite skirms, and they add, like, 4 knights with +2 armor or something, and then the skirms are so bad. Ooh, yeah, you got a big bada boom, but he just has monks, so he's just gonna heal it. You only killed 2 units here. And going in on this was never good. Now we only have 13 guys, and he has 41. So we didn't take the fight when we had like 14 knights versus 24, but now he has almost double his army, or double the army almost, and then you have less than you had before. So going in here was never going to be good. And also, even if you killed all 4 monks without any conversions going to him, throwing this number of knights to kill 4 monks is not worth it here. This castle also doesn't make any sense. You don't have map control because he has more army than you. So going for a castle here will never be good. This castle should never go up, actually. It should be like here if you're scared. It should be here. Yeah, sacrificing your army here just puts you in an even worse spot, though. He wasn't really paying attention to his army, so he probably could have denied that if he was going a little bit faster, but it's fine. I mean, your eco was always ahead, though. It was just throwing units that really killed you here. And now it's like, okay, well, we can never catch up. So, thanks to Zach's attacks. Too bad about your baby waking up earlier. I was in the middle of coaching the Bahama Llama earlier. Anyways, when you see opponent expo at middle, just go to his base and views the knight's mobility. Yeah, exactly. You got the defensive castle back here. He's got his crossbowman here. Perfect time to go and try and raid. Like, he's open in the front. You go and raid. Perfect timing. So when you're up against a unit that you can't deal with, you need to make a counter unit. So we're on knight tech. Spamming knights here is not really a counter to crossbowmen. They can fight them on even footing, but it's not even footing anymore. We lost so many knights. We need to make a counter unit. We need to actually be making skirms here. So we need, like, ranges down, and we need skirms. We have a range to start. It's great. We're already started. So instead of these farms, 3 more ranges. I mean, we can already get, like, 2 more ranges, almost 3. But we need a skirm upgrade. We need to get ballistics. Chinese have cheaper techs. We already have fletching, so that's good. We get bodkin arrow. We got to get the armors as well. It's pretty expensive, but I mean, it's kind of necessary. Otherwise, we just die to these things. But yeah, at this point, yeah, you're ahead economically, but he has 50 crossbowmen, and we just add stables, so now it's just gonna be over because we can't ever fight his army. So we needed a counter unit. Hopefully that makes sense. Mangonels don't work against Britons, not at all. He failed his quick walls there, but again, like, we're throwing military. Your plan is to make knights to kill the crossbowman, but every time you throw your knights, you're getting further and further away from being able to kill his crossbowman mass. And that's why we just lose. And yeah, you call it as soon as he's up. But we could have been up. So instead of making these knights, we could have been up earlier, making skirmishers. We start making skirmisher mass, maybe we can start to fight this. But yeah, you only killed 11 Vils, and you threw, like, yeah, 35 knights or something to try and get Vil kills. And yeah, so raiding when the opponent's forward attacking you, good. Using the Knights of Mobility. Raiding when he has a million crossbowmen to defend? Bad, because then you lose your guys, and then he goes and counterattacks you, and then you have nothing. This is the dream Britain game. Preserve Expo Army and hit him faster. Yeah. It was perfect. I was coaching to Bahama Llama, by the way, the Yellow Jacket, during this game. So that's, we're going through it from the opponent's point of view. It was a lobby game. But, yeah, he was obviously doing the correct strategy. How risky would forward siege building against Britain be? You can go forward siege sometimes, but depends on the situation. Just requires map. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't get a Ville forward unless you have map control. And also, if you don't have map control, you can't really push with siege, because otherwise he just kills your siege. But yeah, skirmishers is good. I was impressed to see this level of Britain play at 13 higher. Yeah. Well, the reason I knew what was going to happen is because we just played this game like an hour ago. So yeah. Makes me want to taste your coaching too. Oh. Well, it's going to cost you. All right. Let's take a look at the statistics, actually. Yeah, you're actually 5,000 resources ahead. So the problem is you threw 5,000 resources worth of knights. That's basically what it came down to, right? And, yeah. But yeah, elite skirmishers would have been pretty good. Or just not throwing the knights. Like, you can throw the knights if it leads to killing the opponent's army, basically. Macro's the only thing I have. Yeah, your eco management, very good. I would love to see a game from your point of view, like on Discord or something, just to see the actions and stuff like that. It feels like Llama kind of, I don't know, when he gets attacked, he panics a bit and forgets things.